Hello, how's everyone today? Can you believe it's another Monday? I certainly can't. Just get myself organised so that I can see everybody. Hope everyone's keeping warm because, boy, has it got cool. So, just getting in and I am there. Please pop on and say hi if you're there watching. I'm just going to get my iPad ready because we've had a lot of trouble with Facebook not showing comments. So that's been really hard. So I've got that ready, so I'll pop that up so I can see the comments as they come to hand and fall down. Okay. All right. That's righto. So that's just where I need to go. I've gone. Okay. Just get it all correct. There we go. Now I should be right. Hello, Jacinta. How are you? What's the weather like at your way? And it looks like Facebook is still not complying with comments coming through. So I've got my iPad. Thank goodness for that. Just wish they'd make the comments through that way. So today, as I said, it's Monday. We're getting through the months. It's going fast, and but it also means that it's not that far away till our new catalogue is launched. It will be, I think, about 2 weeks. Just a bit over 2 weeks, and we're going to get our new catalogue. Hello, Glenda, and welcome. So that's exciting, having our new catalogue and all the things. It's overcast and cold. Yeah, it's the same here. Like it's winter. It's like someone has just flicked a switch and said, oh, okay, let's decide. We'll go from summer to winter, and bang, we go. But that's the way it is, isn't it? Paper Pumpkin has begun for people who are interested. The subscription date has been and gone for the first one. But if you're interested in next month, you have up until the 10th of the month. Hello, Kayla. How are you? How's those beautiful dogs going? Those pictures are gorgeous. Cannot get over how Freya is growing. So for those who don't know me, my name's Anita Mazzero, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Horsham, Victoria. And I like to inspire you. I like to help with whatever you can. It was freezing at the footy, Jacinta. Oh, yeah, well, I could imagine. Yeah, Kayla, I reckon the 3 dogs would keep you very busy. So I was very, very lucky at the weekend. I had the lovely Lucia Fisserton and her husband here last night. So we had some time together, and it was lovely. The fellas got on really well. We had a great time. And, of course, crafting did have to come into the subject of things, like, why wouldn't it? So it was lovely. So, as I said, Paper Pumpkin has officially started for our first month, but it's still not too late to subscribe for next one. You can subscribe 1 month at a time and see how you go. $48 a kit, and it gets delivered to your door. I'll put the link to my store in the comments later on, and where you can subscribe to different things. So that's begun. This is something very new in Australia, so it's interesting to see how it will go. I'm also doing a in-colour club and doing a paper share. So if you're interested in those, please let me know and I will send you the details. We'll see how we go with those. As I said, the catalogue will come out on the 5th of May. I should have had all this written down. My head's not where it should be. So what I might do is I'll flip the camera down and we will talk about the catalogue that's coming out, and I will show you the new ink pads. I'll reach around and get them because they are all out of the way. So I've got them before I flip the camera because, you know, I want you to see them. So we'll flip the camera around and we will get started. Now I'll just zoom in so that, come on, sometimes does not want to work. There we go. So if you're purchasing this month, our product of the month is the Notes of Spring. Now, the beauty of this is it's, if you're spending $125, it'll cost you $9. And the product of the month is exclusive. And it's that exclusive that you can only receive one. Us demonstrators are exactly the same. So we can't buy multiples. We can't have multiples. So once the months are over or the products are gone, they're gone. This month is this beautiful, they call it the Notes of Spring. But you got your little bunny, you got a duck and a deer. And it's 2-step stamping. No, that's not the right one. That was last month's. Oh, look at that one. That's last month's. Picked up the wrong one. This month is a die. So I'm sorry. Beautiful die, eyelet die, type die. And I don't know, I've just grabbed some papers. I've been cleaning up in my craft room, so hence why everything's a bit all over the place. So in May, 5th of May, we have some new online exclusives and our catalogue and our 5 new ink colours. Now, I've got the ink colours. Now, you'll see these pads are all linked together. They're not flopping apart because our new ink pads are magnetic. So when I say they're magnetic, I'll just open this up. And if you look, when I put them, they just clip together. They just sit together. They're a felt pad, not the foam. So they're very, very different. And this you can just flip underneath and that's not going to fall. Much, much easier to open than our old pads. Just clip that on top and that's off and running. So that's the hydrangea blue hue, not blue, it's a blue. Then have the peaceful pine, golden glow. This one's a bit hard to see on camera, barely blush. And I did stamp it to see. So that's the barely blush in the pink, and there's our Petal Pink and our Flirty Flamingo. So you can see it is very, very soft pink. I think it'd be great for little baby girl cards. And then we've got Crisp Cantaloupe as another one. So they come, and because they're magnetic, they hold up to each other and they're great for transporting. So there's something new. I believe when they do the colour refresh, all our ink pads will change to the magnetic ones. But, you know, now's the time, before that all happens. If you prefer and you're happy with your colours, grab your ink refill so you've got some spares, because the colours are not going to change. They're going to be the same. So just get some refills and you'll be off and running. I can't show you what's inside here or how the catalogue is. It is this Butte A4 size, which is a lot easier to have instead of a catalogue that goes this way. And instead of having an annual catalogue, we have 3 catalogues. 2, 3, 4. They're quarterly catalogues. So this will go from May to August. So it's 3 a year. And so it's something very, very different. There's a little sneak peek at something of the new products. But I've shown you a sneak peek of the stamps. So today I'm going to use a sketch. I'm not going to tell you which sketch. I just got this recently from the Stamping Lounge, which was got 52 sketches of cards inside. And I'm doing my version of one of the sketches. This makes so easy for creating. If you're stuck, not sure what to do, you can grab the sketch and go from there. Oh, you have the crisp cantaloupe, Glenda. I don't believe you can use the old re-inkers on these new foam pads, because the foam re-inkers, now I don't know if the crisp cantaloupe was on the felt, but I do believe the shading is slightly different. I did see one of the American demonstrators compare the cardstock to the new cardstock, and there was a variation in the colour. But I have heard that the re-inkers can't be used on our new foam, new pads. So I don't know if that was a foam one or a felt one. But yeah, that's all I do know. I think that's something I will follow up, Glenda, because I'll just write that down. Because it's an interesting point. Because people have got the old one, but I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's worth checking out. Hello, Sharon. How are you today? So anyway, as I said, that's where my idea has come from. But I've gone rogue. If you want to, you can ring up Stamping Up, but I'll ring them up and I will follow through, and I will let you know, and I will follow up with, and also it's out there for everybody else to know. So I've got my card base, which is just a standard card base, 21 centimetres by 14.9, and I've scored it at 10.5. So we're going to, and I did see my, probably hiding behind my iPad. Yeah, there it was. So I hope you ladies can see the compliments, because I believe that some of them, sometimes they disappear. Hello, Miss Jade, how are you? You feeling better? So then I've got a piece of Secret Sea, my favourite. I really hope this stays when we have the refresh. This comes back for me, because I love it. 10 centimetres by 14.4. And then I've got a piece of basic white, and that is 9.5 centimetres by 13.9. So that'll be my layer. And I'm using a mixture of stamp sets. So this Simply Set is, I would say, one of my favourite stamp sets in using different, just because of the sentiments. It's so good. Hello, Miss Lucia. Didn't I see you somewhere? Hope you're travelling well, you and John. That's good, darling. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Okay, thank you for that, Jacinta. That on stage said it wasn't ideal to use the new re-inkers with the old ink pads. So that may help you out there, Glenda. But would you have the re-inker from the old crisp cantaloupe? Because that would be interesting to know. Sounds like she's answered your question there, Glenda, so I'm glad for that. So this is on our last chance list. So as I said, this is one of my favourite. I just love these fonts. We're going to use that today. I'm also using the Forever Florals. I'm using the die here. And then I've got the lovely arrangements, and I'm using this die here, the leaves here, and I'm stamping and cutting out from that die. And some of it I have done in advance for you. So I've got my little pieces. So I've got a bit of paper here. I'm going to grab my, yep, there it is, I knew it. Saw it 5 seconds ago. Going to stamp my Petal Pink. You can't even read on this. This is something I'm going to write to Stamping Up about because it's completely disappeared. I have put on it, but with use, that's worn away. It looks yellow from there, not pink. I wish they would do something to make them better. So we're going to stamp some flowers. I'm just going to stamp these flowers, are probably about 5. Enough room on here to do 5. I'll just sit that on my... So I'm then going to take my, close this up, Anita, because you are going to wear it. Then I'm going to take my Secret C marker and I'm just going to pop some Secret C in the centre of the flowers, just like so. So you can see how I've given them a centre. This little cluster of flowers reminds me of the Hoya plant, and I love the way that's going. Okay, you haven't got that one. Okay, I'm glad your question's been worked out for you, Glenda, because you don't want to ruin an ink pad. Now, I've pre-done these and cut them out, so I've got them all together. So, as I said, there's this beautiful die here. I've got some leaves and I've got my flowers because I didn't cut them out because with you watching, only because my table rocks. It's all right when I'm doing it because I haven't got a camera there. But when I've got a camera there, it's a bit different. So what I might do is just put all my bits and pieces. I've got a piece of Scrap Designer Series paper, and I love this paper. And I'm just going to fold it in half, just very gently. Grab my scissors, which were here like about 5 minutes ago, you know. Let's grab another pair. And I'm just going to make a very small pennant. There's my piece there. That way. So I'm going to grab my, I might glue this down first. So I'll grab my glue, glue my white layer to my Secret C layer. You come here. Oh, you're not far from handoff. Oh, that's wonderful. You'll have a lovely time there. I know you will. No, you're travelling well, that's for sure. Oh, good. Yeah, Glenda, please, I'd like everyone to get in there and sandbox the fact that the label should be printed in black, not white, because they're terribly hard to read. Look at that. Could you read that colour? No way. And I wouldn't be the only one that wouldn't be able to read that. That is just terrible. It's just a strip. They need to remember that, well, I certainly have customers that, you know, that age is an issue. I have eye issues. So it's, yeah, I loved our catch up too, Lucia. Yeah, so if you've got anyone that's got eye issues, being able to read properly, you need to see it. So they need to think about that. And I'm sure would be, look, I can see what they've done. They've done the letters so they don't have to print the colour in there, but just a little bit of black wouldn't hurt. I wouldn't care if the labels didn't show the colour, as long as it said the name, because then I would know what it is when I go to reach for it. Okay, so I'll pop that on there. So I've got my card, making sure I've got it the right way. So I'm going to glue this down. I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue across the lines. This little circle is just such a great little way of creating a depth and change in your cards. Yeah, that's right, Glenda. When they fade, they make it a lot worse. So before I go any further, I'm going to grab my leaves and my floral. And I have got some light and dark old olive. So I'm going to just put a little bit of colour around on the leaves that are in this. So if you look closely, you'll see that here are some leaves, and we're going to work with the leaves, and they're mainly on the outside. So I'm just going to, well, that's not the side I want. They're mainly on the outside. Just come through there, pick up the stem, just a little bit of colour in there, and then come in with the light. Just creating a little bit. You don't have to go all the way. We put a little bit of colour at the edge. Some of them I'll go all the way, some of them I'll leave a little bit of the lightness. Just where you can pretty well tell what's a leaf because it has the vein or the line through it. There, so I think if we all get onto the sandbox and just let Stampin' Up know that it's not working for us. And hopefully they will listen. Because, there we go, just, so as you can see, what I'm trying to do is just add a little bit of dimension to the leaves. Because, you know, when you go in nature, nothing is just one colour. It's all colours. And leaves especially can be very different on different plants. Come through here. Let's pop a bit of colour. And this will change completely again once it dries, because that's the beauty of our blends. It just creates such a nice colour. They blend into each other and give you a nice soft colour. And because I'm using old olive on old olive, it's just adding a bit of depth to the paper. Probably should have done most of this beforehand, but anyway, hopefully I won't keep you all waiting for this. Colouring is a lot of fun and it's good to do. Very correct there, Glenda. If we don't contact Stampin' Up and let them know that we're unhappy, they think that we're okay with it. And I believe they read everything, and we need to let them know what to do. I think if we give them an alternative, you know, a suggestion of what we would like to see on the labels, that I think would help in the way they would think about what to do in the future. And we do know that they do plan a lot of it well in advance for us. So, but if we get there, you know, hopefully they will. My goodness, I just looked up at my screen and I could see my paper on my, it must be so hard for you to see what I'm doing. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's better. So as you can see, it's given it a bit of depth and colour. So I'll pop that over there and we'll just do the leaves while we're at it. So I'm doing exactly the same with the leaves. So coming in with the dark, I'm just coming down, basically down the stem and just putting a little bit at the base of each of the leaves. I don't need it everywhere, just a bit down the leaves. And then come out. And that helps blend it as well, just by coming out with a little bit of, just giving a bit of colour. I'm going to leave some of the edges, you know, just so that it's, leaves have got all colours. I saw a plant the other day that was a tricolour leaf. The leaf was actually about 3 different colours. And it was so interesting. Don't ask me the name of it. Don't ask me what it was called. I just came across it and I just thought, how nice was that? Something very different. But it was an indoor plant. And me and indoor plants, I love having them, but I'm not very successful with them. I don't know what I do. I think I kill them with kindness, which is easy enough done, of course. I either overwater them, underwater them. But anyway, what I've got in the house has got a bit of greenery and looks good. Make them last. Some things have grown really well and others, they just sit there and wait. I might as well do all these leaves because then we'll have them for my insert as well. Just coming down. Not taking too long, I don't think, so get in there. I know you're an indoor person with your plants, Kayla. You make me sick when I see your indoor plants. They are just gorgeous. I'm very lucky. My husband loves the garden and that's his pride and joy. He loves getting out there. You know, even when I offer to help him, he doesn't want it. He just loves the garden. Oh, yeah, I've got a cream and pink Hoya. It's growing beautifully. So, yeah, that one's done me really well. Yes, Miss K is very disgusted with you that you don't have anything outside. But while you've got the puppies, or while you've got Freya at the moment, you've got your hands full. You wouldn't have time for gardening. But yeah, this, you know, Kay has told you to get that garden going, hasn't she? Even with something. I remember on the cruise she was giving you a lecture. There we go, just 2 more to go. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, now the Hoya plants, when I found one, I had to buy, I actually bought 2, Glenda, because my mum had them. And so it's a plant that reminded me so much of mum. And so I had to get that. Kay would be impressed, though. The gardener removed the but. Oh, she would be impressed. You know, she may be watching a bit later, so she'll see your comments. So, what are you going to plant, Kayla? You putting veggies or you're going to do some flowers? Spring's a great time to get working in your garden. If Ferdy had his way, he would love to have flowers constantly in the garden because he hates it when, over winter things go dormant and that. He just loves the colour, and which is really lovely. We've got plenty of roses at the moment in the garden, beautiful fragrant roses, which I love. But yeah, we just love it. You're not sure, something along the fence. All magnolias would look beautiful. Colour in the magnolias would be really nice, Kayla. Kay would be very impressed with you. Right, we've done those. Okay, put that aside for now. Now, Lucia, you would notice I did not use any adhesive sheets because I didn't want the adhesive sheets. So I'm going to use this as a focal point behind. So as I said, I've used a sketch, Kayla. So see if you can guess which one I've grabbed, which number it is. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue just to hold it. So I'm going to pop that there. I don't know if you were on before, Kayla, when I said about the sketches that I'm using a sketch, but what I've gone and done is I've gone rogue. The basis of the sketch is what I'm using in my card, but just not the elements. And because I believe sketches are for your own imagination. It's giving you a starting point. Okay, now I want to, because I'm wanting this to look a little bit like a Hoya, I'm going to add, going rogue is best. Yeah, we'll wait till I've finished. You might get an idea from this part, but so I'm just going to give these flowers a little bit of a curl because I want that curl look. And I think because I had the Hoya plant in mind is why I chose a dark one. Yeah, I reckon she'd like them too. Yeah, you might be right, Kayla. Lucia, I think the fact that it's low maintenance would be really helpful for, and the colour that comes from the magnolias are just beautiful. See, it's the same sketch, isn't it? Just gone a little rogue in what I'm using, so I'll just do those ones at the moment. And I'm going to get my pop them just in here. I'm just going to pop maybe 3 of them, I think. That's all I need. I'll pop some leaves in there as well. So, and Sharon, I'm nearly back down to this where I don't have that gap in it. Well, there you go, Lucia. When you get home, you'll need to send Kayla a photo. Yeah, 3 will do. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. I'll work out where I want them because my idea was to pop them just, certainly want one in here. I've got to go right up in there. But you might leave it a little bit over, like so. And one in there. Yeah, I like that. Looks good. Yep, that will do the job. Just a touch of glue. I'm thinking... So getting ideas from other people, Kayla, will really help you. Decided to tuck it in. I didn't want to leave it out. I love that when I go for a walk. It's just seeing other people's gardens and what they've got. And yeah, you can pick up an idea. You may not use the same plant, but you can get something going. And we'll pop that. Get that in place. Probably should have put the leaves down. There we go. There we go. There's my leaves. So how many online here? I know Lucia's got the sketches. Cherry's not on. Glenda and Sharon, did you purchase the sketches? Okay. I thought you meant Amazing, Kayla, not Amazon. Oh, okay. I'll look forward to seeing that. Ferdy will love that. So I've got a piece of some cloud cover ribbon. And this is quite wide, but I wanted it finer, so I've just cut it in half. I want you to be sitting watching me do this because I'm very, very slow cutting ribbon in half. So I'm just going to pop that just like so. And I'm going to get a little bit of tear tape and just put a little piece to hold it in place while I do the rest of it. So, yeah, these sketches are so much fun. You didn't get it, Glenda? I have to. They certainly take the guesswork, and Majwari has done an amazing job on them. I hope they've been selling well for you, Kayla, for you girls at the Stamping Lounge. Just trim that off. Oh, that's not scissors. Get the right scissors. That might help. There we go. Take that. It takes a lot of guesswork, doesn't it, Sharon? It makes it so much fun. Right, so I'm going to, before I go any further, because I'm going to debate whether to put another flower in there. I think I might just pop another one over the top of that to hide that. And I'm going to put my sentiment in there. Okay. So I'm going to grab poor old Annie. She's been very faithful to me for many, many years. And I reach for her all the time. I have got a new one, but, you know, oh, that's good. It's a game changer, Kayla, having the sketches there. I found that I look at the paper that I want to use or the stamp set or whatever, and then I go through them to have a look at what one I think will do the job that I want to do. So I'm just going to stamp the word thank you from the Simply Said. Pop that on there. How did she get the name Annie? She's anorexic. I'd undo her from here. She's extremely, extremely thin. So that's why she's called Annie. So I'm very loyal to her. And Lucia has got one that's wearing out and she calls hers Skinny. Skinny? I think that's what she's called it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lucia. There we go. Pop that. Just going to get my heat gun. You know, she's not plump and fat anymore. So, all right. We'll just heat emboss it. Yeah, I know, but I love her. Slim, that's right. I knew it was something slim. Hello, Vicky. Welcome. But yeah, I reach for her every time. She's been so faithful to me, so I just had to reach for her. Okay, there we go with nice white embossing. And embossing is, I think, just finishes the card. And I think I will put another one there, but I might, what I thought I'd do is I just lift this and I might lay it flat because there's going to be a bit of bulk under there, and lay it just flat, having it coming in underneath. Just like so. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. And then I'll grab this. And I might take a little bit off. Just going to take a bit off the sentiment. So just going to flag the edges and pop some dimensionals. Now, because this has got a bit of thickness in here, I'm only going to put dimensionals on each side. Let's put it there, and then a bit of glue in the middle. So my skinny, my little mini dimensionals for this. Pop a couple on each end. That, and just a bit of glue, and we'll pop that like so. Right, now grab my blend, and I'm just going to open up the thick end, and we're going to splatter across it. Just want a little bit of splatter. Just a tiny bit, just to create. And I'm going to open up the inside because I do want to use some splatter in this corner here. And I'll wait till I put my flower in. And of course, we cannot. It will be a sad day for her when she goes. So, yeah. Do you know how you have your favourites? Doesn't matter how old it's getting, you just keep using it. Pop a little bit of wink on here, because a girl can't have enough glitz. I'm actually looking forward to the shimmer pens. So there we go. So I've used one of the sketches to get the idea. And so there's the card. A little bit different from the sketch, hey Kayla? So I like that. So then on the inside, I'm just going to pop my leaves down first. It's just so wonderful to be able to have something that it's at your fingertips and you can just use it. They're good for days when you don't know what you're going to be doing. So I'll just pop these two down. Thank you, Glenda. And we're then just going to stick a couple of little flowers down. And I know what I haven't done, and that is to put some gems on. Just pop them there. Look at that. Yeah, pretty sad. Like this. And once again, just put a bit of splatter. Not too much, just a bit to add texture. And of course, you've got to have some wink again. A little bit of wink. And there's my card. So grab my dots, which I had. Where did I put them? Here they are, staring at me, absolutely staring at me. I think I might go for the green ones for this one. Pop one in there. One up there. I think this is the hardest part, is putting the gems in. And put one in there. So they were the, what did I use? The Moody Palette Glossy Dots. So there's the card. So when I was playing, I know you had a sneak peek. Thank you. That's what I started with, but I wasn't happy. And then I went this way and I thought the blue got lost. So, yeah, but they're still nice cards. And then I started with that. I thought the pink got lost. And then I ended up with that. And I did put some colour on there, some Petal Pink. But because I didn't have my Petal Pink blend had worn out, so then we've done the same thing, but I've just done still a little bit different with the way I've done the flowers and everything. So that's our card. So it's a lot of fun to be able to do something like this. So, yeah. And, you know, like I was very inspired, I have to say, by the sketches, and they will be a great handy tool to come to. Let's see if I can zoom that in a little bit for you so you can see. That looks a bit better. How's that? Can you see that a bit better, girls? So, yeah, so it's a lot of fun. But, yeah, but this paper, the Lovely Blossoms, is beautiful paper, very little left of it, and I've just had a lot of fun. And as I said, I love these circles because you can do so much with them. You can add them anywhere. So there's my card for today. So I hope you've enjoyed it and you've been inspired. And, yeah, and if you make one, pop it on and let me know what you've done. So, yeah. But as I said, don't they remind you of Hoyas when you see them? Because that's what they remind me of anyway. So there we go. So I've had fun. I hope you've had fun. And I look forward to catching up with everyone next week. Who knows what I'm going to do next week? I don't even know yet. But there'll be something. So if my order comes, I'm hoping that a stamp set that I've ordered there will turn up. But I'm not going to mention it because if it doesn't come, we will be diving into something else. So don't forget, check out the last chance list. Stock up if you need re-inkers for your current ink pads, especially the ones that are about to go out. I didn't check before to see if the ink pads were available, like the refills were available for the in colours that are going out, because they do go very quickly. Yeah, so there's lots of new stuff coming out, and May will be a very exciting month for everybody. So thanks, everyone. I'm going to say goodbye. Love you. See you all next time. Bye.